Welcome to the Italian Football Podcast.
Depay to Juventus. So Juventus are playing this evening, so that's why obviously we're recording this on Monday early afternoon. That's why we're not, there's no obviously match coverage on Juventus. But they are in negotiations in the transfer market. They've signed Kostic last week. Paredes, they're in negotiations to sign in for the midfield, and they're also in negotiations to sign Memphis Depay from Barcelona, possibly on a free transfer, on a contract, probably a 2-year contract. We're looking at maybe 5 to 7 million euros per season. I'm not sure.
I'm not a fan of Depay.
I'm not sure.
I'm going to come out and say it. I am not a fan of Memphis Depay, but okay, if he's going to be a backup role, fine. I think he'll do good.
Well, I don't think he will be. I think, unfortunately, it looks like Allegri's going to be going for a two-man attack. It's looking like, we'll see, it's looking like it could be a 4-4-2 in the first game of the season. Kill me now.
He's playing a 4-4-2. Like, I swear to God.
Well, yeah, I know. Oh God, yeah. I've already been joking with some of my friends that I don't know whether to support Sassuolo just to get Allegri out quicker. But yeah, 4-4-2. I mean, it looks like a two-man attack is going to be a strong part of Allegri's, what Allegri does this season. So you're not going to sign Depay and have him as a backup. He's going to start. I've always considered him as a big fish in a small pond, really, that kind of player. I think a team like Lyon or a team from when he was in the Dutch league, a kind of PSV, was it? PSV was that at the start. I think that's his level. I don't think his level is, well, he's shown it's not his level. Manchester United, he just wasn't good enough. Okay, he was still quite young then. And then obviously Barcelona, okay, you can say it's a bit of a shambolically run club last season anyway. But he showed that he's not Barcelona level either. Juventus, I like to think, because I have high standards for Juventus. I'm not one of these Juventus fans who thinks that Weston McKennie is the Juventus level and get angry when you criticise. I have high standards for Juventus, and so I look for players who I think are of their level. I don't think Depay is really a classic traditional Juventus level player, but at the same time, I think that he will definitely be an upgrade on what they've got. They've only got Vlahovic as a striker, as an attacker. They haven't got no one else. They've only got Moise Kean, who's now we know is for sale. We know he's for sale. And so they need someone desperately. I would argue, especially if they're going for a two-man attack, they need to bring in two forwards, I would argue. So Depay, I think, will be an upgrade. He can play in a front two. He can also play in a free. If Allegri does go to a front three, he can play from the left. He does have a good scoring record. He's actually got an excellent scoring record for Holland. So he can score goals. I know he scores, a lot of them are penalties. He can take set pieces. And also, when I look at the alternatives that are being put out there, I don't think he's really necessarily any worse than the alternatives. You've got Morata, you've got Muriel, you've got Martial, who, as we said, 2 goals in 18 months. You've got Simeone, who I like, but I'm not sure whether he's at this level. Simeone, he's a backup. As a backup player for Juventus, I'm fine with him. So I'm looking at these alternatives. I'm thinking Depay, free transfer, he just pays salary, 28 years old.
I think that's
it might not be given what they can get, it might be the best option for them potentially. So,
no, and like you said, they can play in a three. You got Di Maria, you got Chiesa. It gives Allegri options, and he needs options.
Yeah. So it might not be the worst deal in the world. I don't think it's a black and white. I don't think he's going to be. I don't think it's a great sign. I don't think it's a terrible sign. I think it's someone that maybe he can help them.
I think he'll complement Vlahovic. Like, that's what I think. Because, for me, Vlahovic is the number 9. He's the one who's supposed to score. And I think he will do a job and help Vlahovic. But I agree with everything else you said.
Listen to the full show and all other episodes by going to patreon.com/TIFP and become a member for only $2.99 per month.